Hello and welcome. This is part 31 of 32 of my NFL ranking series, and for this one we have the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills finished last year at 11-6, and they had other than a few losses here and there, they had a pretty good season. I mean, they played in what was the game of the year in the divisional round against the Chiefs, and I mean, they were this close to winning it all, and then going to the conference championship game against the Bengals, but they ended up losing on overtime when they didn't get the ball back. So when it comes to this year, I mean, this team is definitely trying to add an extra win or two and make it like 13-4 instead of 11-6 or anything better than that 11-6. But it also comes down to the fact that this team is also looking to go to the Super Bowl. I mean, this team is a Super Bowl favorite. They're returning a lot of the same players they had last year. So when it comes down to what this team's going to do in the upcoming season, I mean, it's basically coming down to do they go to the Super Bowl or not? Because Josh Allen looks like he's taking a step up and he's going really, really good. And basically all they're trying to do is take that step up from last year and make it to the Super Bowl to see what they can do, because this team has a really, really good roster and they're looking to take that next step forward. So like I said, last year they finished 11-6, and I mean, they had some bad losses here, and there, like it was a bad loss to the Colts they had, bad loss to New England, bad loss to Tennessee, but I mean, that one New England game was like under the elements. It was an insane game, but I mean, for the most part, like I said, they still had a really good season. They finished 11-6. They blew out the Patriots in the wild card to make up for it, and then they had a really good game against the Chiefs where both teams were going back and forth, and it was a really awesome game to watch. And potentially, if the Bills get the ball, they're the team that wins instead of the Chiefs, and something could be different, but that's how it went. The Bills' defense didn't get that last stop, and the Chiefs were the one who moved on. So, upcoming this season, like I said, they want to add a few more wins, and all they really want to do is just improve based off the divisional win and move on to either championship game or preferably the Super Bowl. But yeah, for this upcoming season, I mean, they're returning a lot of the same roster. They got, like I said, the team still has a lot of the same players. They have Gabe Davis, Stephon Diggs. They have Josh Allen still. Their O-line is still pretty good. For tight end, they still have Dawson Knox. They got O.J. Howard from Tampa Bay, and then they got Devin Singletary, Zach Moss, and then potentially James Cook, who's from Georgia, who could end up taking some starting reps away. And then defensively, they still have Ed Oliver, still have Micah Hyde, Tre'Davious White, Jordan Poyer, and then a big name they added was Von Miller. So I mean, their big issue was last year is that it felt like they could get some stops, but when they needed the stop, it felt like they really couldn't get it sometimes. And that's basically like, for example, the Chiefs game, that's what happened. They lost to the Steelers in overtime, I believe it happened there. So, adding Von Miller, hopefully he's that pass rusher that can help relieve pressure from other people. Who knows if he's going to play every down? I'm sure he'll play a decent amount, but regardless, he's going to be in there during the big situations, and it's a really good upgrade that they got him, because now hopefully that will be the one, maybe that's the piece that will take them over the edge. And the same goes with James Cook. I know he's a rookie, but their run game has been like, there's nothing against Devin Singletary and Zach Moss. They've both been good, but the Bills have just like, they have all these stars on all these positions, and the running back room seems to be like the one room that's kind of like and they aren't very for sure on. So if James Cook can take that step up and be a dog and be really, really, really good, then that's just another piece to add, because Von Miller is going to be really good for the Bills. So it's just going to come down to what can this team do? Can they get those extra 2 wins or not? Because they definitely have one of the best rosters in the NFL to do so. And when it comes to next season, they have a bit of an interesting schedule. They play some tougher teams like Green Bay, Baltimore, and they play the Rams opening week. But, I mean, regardless, it's still a really, really good team. This is probably going to be an 11-13 win team as well. And, like just looking through the schedule, they should have no issues winning that many games, especially, like, the back in their schedule, like weeks 12, 13, 14. I mean, I know it is the Patriots, but, I mean, I know those are division games, but towards the back end of the schedule, like, so on, the games get a little bit easier. And, I mean, just based on whoever they play, they got some good names. I mean, they got the names to get it done, and they have the team to get it done. It's just more of, can they actually do it now? Because with everyone picking this team as their Super Bowl favorite, they have some shoes to fill, and they have some stepping up to do. So yeah, when it comes to Buffalo Bills, I mean, I have them ranked 2. I think it's going to be them, and basically I have this team in the Super Bowl. It's going to be them and the number 1 team that's going to be next, and I think it's basically going to come down to how can they get there and can they stay healthy? Because if this team can stay healthy, then this is one of the best teams in the NFL, and they should have no issue winning all the games they do. It's just going to come down to making the big plays. And if Josh Allen can take that one extra step up this year, and if they can get the help from like Von Miller, and if the defense can get a few more stops this year, then this team could easily be a Super Bowl Super Bowl winning team. It's just going to come down to the consistency. Can this team stay consistent? Can this team stay healthy? And can they basically capitalize on what they did last year and get some of that momentum to bring into this year and become a really, really good team?